Hey, what's up? I decided to make this video for you to help you attract more women without saying a word through fitness, fashion, and finesse. Now, I've cold approached hundreds of women. I've had the privilege of having 5 women fall deeply in love with me and had years-long relationships with them. Now, based on my experience, I've mastered getting attractive, wealthy, and charismatic women to be attracted to me without saying a word. As your greeting to girlfriend guide, I want to share these secrets with you so that way you can sidestep rejection and find the love of your life. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to use eye contact to attract women. Because think about it. When was the last time you made eye contact with a woman and the resulting interaction actually seemed to go really well? That's exactly why I'm making this video for you here tonight. Now, the first thing you need to keep in mind is that it's always best if you see her first. That distance is going to be an advantage for you. So you can plan your angle of approach. Pro tip, it's always better to approach from up alongside her versus head on. Now, so again, that distance gives you an opportunity to have those advantages of deciding how you're going to approach, what your posture is going to look like, and most importantly, how to synchronize that eye contact. Let me ask you, let me know. Do you find it hard to hold eye contact, or does it come naturally to you? Well, if it doesn't come naturally to you, here is a key tip. When you're making that eye contact with her, before you make that eye contact with her, let her see you look at her lips before making that eye contact with her. Now, this is your opportunity this is your chance to be super sexy without saying a word. So don't skip this step. Now, when you make the pre-eye contact with her, you want to be looking at her lips and look up slowly from her lips to her eyes. And when I say slowly, I mean it should take you about a half a second too long, right? And your facial expression is really important as well. Your facial expression should be neutral to friendly and with your lips slightly apart. So something like this. You want, it's your Zoolander look, right? Okay, so just a little bit smoldering eyes if you can pull that off, but those lips being slightly apart is going to be important. Now, a couple of reasons for that. It's easier to speak, to begin a conversation, and it's also a less intimidating look, a little bit more inviting when your lips are slightly apart. And now, once you actually make the eye contact, that's when you smile, once you've established the eye contact. Give a smirk, a smile, whatever is your best look, right? So if it's with teeth, if it's with lips closed, you leave that up to you. Maybe you should practice in the mirror a little bit just to make sure you know what look you're going for. Now, let me ask this question. How important do you think eye contact is when it comes to attracting women? Not sure? Let me tell you the story. This is what I call the sunset story. Now, there was a night that it was a late evening that I was out right before sunset. And this beautiful woman, she was Asian and Hispanic, just gorgeous, long hair, absolutely beautiful, right? So I saw her before she saw me, which was key, as I'm describing to you guys as well. This gave me an opportunity to position myself where she's likely to be. Now, this is really important as well. I know this video is about eye contact, but positioning yourself where she's most likely to be is super important. So I wanted to make sure I emphasize that for you here. But let me describe the setting. So where she was walking to, I saw her first, and I actually beat her to the place where I thought she might be going because it was the most popular bar in that area. So when I walked in there, it wasn't all that crowded or anything like that, wasn't too busy. There was a group of people here at one end of the bar, group of people down at the other end of the bar. So I positioned myself sort of in the middle so that way, either way, if she comes in, she's going to be on the right side of me or the left side of me. So I'm in the pole position. So now, just to give you an idea of what it's like at this bar, let's say the bar was behind me, and if I'm looking outside on the sidewalk, it's not enclosed, so you can see the lake that's there right across the street. Beyond that, there's a bridge. Beyond that, there's a tree line, and above that is a beautiful sunset where the sun is just cresting right above the tree line. So I set up. Now I got there early enough. that I got to set up my posture at the bar, and I was, chilling back, laid in the cut, something like this, right? Where the bar's along this way. So she has to walk past me to get to the middle of the bar, or she could have come on this side, but her and a friend ended up on my right side. So, and I was, had my really relaxed positioning at the bar, looking cool. Again, it's not just positioning yourself. It's not just eye contact. There's so many little pieces to the puzzle to attract a woman without saying a word. Getting her to say something to you first is the goal. But, being attractive without saying a word is where you want to begin, because if you're not attractive before you say something, what you say is probably not going to change that in her mind. So anyway, let me continue on with the story. So since she positioned herself right there next to me, I was thinking, what should I say to begin this conversation, right? And I know my approach is to get women to talk to you, but sometimes you will have to have a conversation with a woman. Sometimes you're going to have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable, kind of like me making this video for you. This is not how I normally operate, right? I'm not going around all day. I don't have a lot of experience speaking into a camera to make a video for you. So I'm taking this uncomfortable journey with you to some extent. But let me go back to the story here for just a moment. So I'm sitting there looking at this beautiful sunset, and she's alongside me speaking to her friend. We haven't made eye contact yet. And I say, I'm by myself, and I say aloud, I say, what a beautiful sunset, loud enough so that she can hear me, and I'm not with anyone else. So she sort of turns towards me. I haven't even turned my head towards her. I keep looking at the sunset, and she turns and looks at the sunset too and says something to the effect of, yeah, that's amazing. And so now is my opportunity to line up, to synchronize that eye contact. So I turn to her and I say, I wanted to make sure that I shared that with someone else. And from there, the conversation ensued. But what was key about this, and how this circles back to eye contact, when I turned towards her to say that, I made contact. My eyes were focused on her lips. And then I was speaking, and then I looked up at her eyes. So I wanted to make sure that she noticed me looking at her lips. And that just drives women crazy. Like, be careful with this, because this will work on almost any woman, right? If she's not married and committed, she sees you pulling this eye contact at the lips sort of thing. Trust me, once you get good at this, you're going to be cautious about who you use it on, because it is a game changer. So if you like that story, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you want to check out the sweater I was wearing that night that the girl from the story complimented me on, click on the link in the description below. Now, I need to ask you guys something. First, I just want to let you know, if you want to attract women before you say a word, then hit subscribe right now. I need your help on a couple of things. I need to know, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to having a conversation with a woman who you want to date? Is it fear of rejection? Is it that you don't know where to go? Is it that you don't know how to start the conversation? Let me know in the comments. Go ahead and leave a comment down there so I know what the next video should be all about. Thanks for watching.